Hi, my name is Melissa Mrazis, and I am a Fulbright scholar visiting from the United States of America. What are the steps? Each institution, ranging from primary schools to universities, implement this model a little differently based on the context of their school. The 4 steps I will share are modified to reflect the students at UCJC, how the student population at UCJC is evolving, and the time constraints professors at UCJC work with. Reflect on your teaching. Think about the activities and strategies you execute already in your courses that are successful. It is important to consider evidence that indicates student success, including project assessment data, or other assessments displaying student mastery of content. To help you with your reflection, you will complete a short survey that will help identify areas of your instruction that can improve. The goal of the survey is to help you review your teaching. The survey is not a judgment of your teaching. Again, peer observation is intended to help your instruction, not question your teaching abilities. As challenging as it might be, try to complete the survey as honestly as you can. Set up a meeting. Once you've identified 2 or 3 areas of instruction you wish to improve, you will then be paired with a colleague who also intends to improve 2 or 3 elements of their instruction. Step 2 of the peer observation model involves setting up a short, perhaps 30-minute meeting with your peer observer. Both participants will share the areas of instruction they wish to improve and the content being taught in the class using the course syllabus. The final action step that will take place during this meeting is scheduling an actual class observation when each peer observer will view the other's instruction. Your peer observer will observe you teaching in an actual class. You will then observe one of their lessons. Ideally, both participants will observe an entire class. 45 minutes to an hour of observation is the minimum observation time if scheduling difficulties arise. Using the information learned during the meeting conducted prior to the observations, the peer observer will provide feedback incorporating their glows, or what they were successful in, and their grows, ways they can further strengthen their instruction to meet the needs of every student. There will be a short document that will be filled out by the observer to help the instructor understand what the observer saw, heard, learned, etc. during the lesson. The debrief. After both teachers have observed the other, a final meeting will be scheduled to discuss what was observed in the classrooms of both teachers. This informal conversation is intended to be the starting point for teachers adjusting to a few instructional action steps to become more effective. So I know what you're thinking. This sounds time-consuming. It is completely natural to feel that this is a time-consuming process when, in reality, each step will only amount to a total of a few hours stretched out over the course of a few weeks. This sounds stressful. Again, are you thinking this? It is normal to feel nervous about someone observing your instruction, especially since they were providing you feedback. The goal of peer observation is not to criticize one's teaching. The goal of peer observation is to learn more ways about your teaching style through the eyes of another educator and discover ways to further support your students. Understanding that this is not a critique of your teaching abilities is the most important element to ensure the successful implementation of peer observation. So let's collaborate. Join me. The peer observation model is an amazing tool to meet the demands of a changing classroom climate. Teaching can be an isolating profession, I know, especially if there are no professional collaboration between colleagues. I wholeheartedly invite you and encourage you to join me. As someone who has over 50 hours of peer observations completed, I would love to help foster an instructional environment at UCJC where the instructors use each other as resources to support their students. Peer observation has helped me become a much more effective teacher. So congratulations on taking the first step towards learning more about your instruction.